And welcome back to the Red Crew. It's your boy Chesco. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2024. Any lies y'all telling yourself for this year? Like
I have a lot of them.
Yeah, baby.
I was telling ET the other day. He picked me up. We went to a Rockets game, and he picked me up here. And he's like, "So what you been doing?" I'm like, "Nah, man, just working." Cause every year at the top of the year, everybody's gonna be like the next biggest thing.
Right.
So
everybody's dedicated. Everybody's got their
money. Everybody sold a little.
You gotta
something.
Capitalize on that too.
Exactly. And so we're in here busy because everybody until February, not even like
it's in the middle of January.
Until Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King Day.
So pretty much this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got a couple of different ones. I want to read more. I want to be more consistent with my workouts. I want to eat better portions because I overeat. Those are the three main things. There's some other big ones that I want to get a house this year. I want to go to Colombia. I haven't been to Colombia in 11 years, so I want to go to Colombia. Yeah,
we're going in September.
It's badass.
In September.
That's badass.
That trip was, and this one's gonna be even better. And I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people. I'm not like ET. All right. I'm admitting it. I'm getting old.
Okay. How do you feel about like admitting it to yourself?
I love it. I don't care. Like.
So what does that mean to you?
It's good to accept it.
David can attest to this.
Okay.
When we were young, if you would call us at 1 a.m. and we were home, it was a surprise.
Okay.
And I'm talking Thursday through Sunday.
No way, yeah.
So I lived when I was younger. I'm not trying to do that anymore, bro.
What time are you in bed by?
No, I'm not in bed by 12 or 1, but I'm home.
Yeah,
okay.
You know what I mean? Like, or if I'm not home, I don't mind being here, chilling. Yeah. What I want to be is at a bar running around or getting in a fight. Yeah, or like, yeah. I just don't want. I don't want to be dressed up.
What age were you when you noticed? You know what? I'm no longer that guy.
I think now.
This
I
age?
think right now. Yeah. I think because.
So last year you were cool with doing that. Let's go to the bar.
Cancun, I had fun.
Cancun was good.
We didn't go crazy, but we drank a lot. Yeah. You know, we were up and out. But we were in the same place, so I think that's what made it. Easy.
You don't gotta worry about driving nowhere. You don't
gotta worry about anything. Nobody's there really trying to have issues. Like
true.
Everybody's there to have fun.
Everybody's there to have fun. Like everybody's there just to talk, mingle, drink, eat, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to Colombia, that's where I was like, leave me alone.
You told me about that.
I was like, no, and also the flight. Like we were there for 4 days or 3 days. We went there on a Monday, I think.
Okay.
I think we went there on a.
It was at least 3 days.
We got there on Tuesday, came back on Friday.
Yeah.
So Tuesday, Wednesday,
3 days,
Thursday,
4
Friday.
nights.
Okay.
Perfect. So but our flight was here Tuesday at 5 a.m. So we were in the airport at 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we didn't sleep that night. Actually, I shot a podcast that night. I shot the podcast, then I went to the airport.
Yeah. I remember that.
And I shot the podcast, went to the airport, and obviously chilled. I bought the front seats, so we were chilling there. We were good.
It's not like in the back of the plane, right next to the bathrooms.
We were. It was just us, and we had to. So that was good. But anyways, we didn't get to Colombia till 11 a.m.
Which is a good time to get there.
It's a good time to get there if you have slept.
Exactly. That's still like.
Actually, I think it's still a good time, bro.
It's also a good time if you get there, go to the hotel, take a nap, wake up around 2, 3, and go live. We didn't do that.
Did you? No.
We didn't do that. We
went straight into doing one.
Got the rental car, went to the hotel, dropped off the shit, and took off.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, we didn't get back till 1 a.m. And people was like, let's go do something. I ain't doing nothing. I am dead tired.
I need my beauty rest.
Exactly. I am dead tired. I am 30 years old at the time. I am not doing that. And the next day, punk guys just wake me up at 6 in the morning.
I can see E.T. doing that too.
You know what I mean?
Look, he can't be on time to work, but when it comes to partying and vacation, he's okay with waking up at 6. 6 in the morning,
bruh. Not only that, 6 in the morning. Yes. Obviously, he didn't wake up at 6 in the morning. The person I woke up was with me woke up at 6 in the morning, and Then he woke up like at 8. But anyways, and then we traveled to another city. Traveled back
For the game.
No, travel back. Just again, the game wasn't that day. That was like the free day.
Yeah.
Second day there. Now, we get back, and we're gonna go out. We again left like at 8 in the morning from the hotel. Got back to like 11, 12.
That's a lot.
Bro, I'm not doing nothing else.
That's a lot to be doing in one day without no rest.
Exactly.
Like you need some time in the middle just to unwind, relax, chill, and then go back at it.
And then so the next game was the game. That day we actually woke. I put my foot down. I'm not waking up at 6. Waking up at 10, 11. Let's go have a nice lunch. Let's have a breakfast at the hotel. Then let's go have a nice lunch. Turn in the car. Let's go to the game. Let's come back. Yeah. We got back to the hotel like at 8, 9. We had a restaurant in the terrace. Very nice restaurant. We ate at the restaurant. Talked with our families, whatever. They're like, we're gonna go out. Y'all gonna go out. I'm done. My vacation is done. Like, I can't do that no more, bro.
To your defense, your version of vacation is a lot more relaxation and a lot less going out.
You know, I don't mind it, dude. Like, I'll go to. I've gone to the bar with you. I'll do it. Yeah. What I'm not gonna do is exhaust myself. That's not gonna happen. Like, I'll do anything. Like,
multiple days too.
Yeah, no, I'll do anything. Look, he'll let you know that I'll do anything.
He'll even go to brunch with me.
I went to brunch with. I went and did a whole bunch of romantic shit just with him. I went to go watch like a sitcom house. I sang the fucking theme song
to the Full House. Yeah.
Dude, I'll do anything. You know,
I'm sure I have that recording somewhere.
Yeah, you know I'll do anything.
Yeah.
I don't say no to anything. What I'm saying is that, and what was great about that trip, it was like, for example, I think the first day or the second day, I think it was that same day that we went to Alcatraz, right?
Yes.
Okay. Which I like Alcatraz. Everything doesn't have to be a crazy party. Like, I like that. And then we went.
On a boat or what?
Yeah.
You go to ferry to the island.
You take a ferry to the island.
Okay. The island is a whole.
And then when we came back, he went to sleep, I think.
For like an hour or two. You watched like a
and
sports movie.
I watched a sorry ass movie there.
Yeah.
But that was great for me.
You know, that is some vacation shit too.
I woke up.
Yeah. Sorry ass movie. Like,
yeah.
I woke up and it was almost about dinner time. I woke up and said, "Hey, how you doing?" Man, I'm having the time of my life. And what did you do? It's like, I just watched a stupid movie.
But I don't know, bro. I just love being like knowing that I'm not gonna do shit today.
Yeah. It's a lack of responsibility that comes with going on vacation.
Like,
not having
I love
anything
it.
to do. Yeah.
That's you turn your brain off and just kind of just relax.
And it was like 9, 10, and we're like, let's go get something to eat. Let's go. I wanted to find like a nice place where they play some music. We could go get some drinks. Like, it wasn't like, oh, let's just stay home. Yeah. Honestly, I think San Francisco was dead.
It was what, 2022, right?
2022 early.
So I mean, it was still
affecting from
like I want to say that COVID is still like it was just
ending. It was just ending. Yeah. So we still caught the tail end of it, and you know they say California was the worst.
It was weird because we were out like at 9 trying to find like somewhere to eat. Everything was closed downtown. Everything, and it was.
Wow. Okay. That sucks. That sucks though. Basically, you're
there was no bar.
And it's closed. You know, it's all closed down. That sucks. But I'm with you though, Jessica, because like multiple times already when I've gone on vacation, cool spots. This one, Dominican Republic, had a club in the resort, right? So you just walk down and go. We went the first night, it was a good time. I think the third night we had an opportunity to go. Nah.
Yeah, it's like,
here, bro.
it's like
I do feel that doing the same thing over and over can get exhausting.
Yeah.
Yes, no, just
mostly with an activity like going to a club or drinking. Yeah.
And even I think the last day in Miami, I didn't dislike it at all. It was like a terrible time. Like weather.
Oh, it was hot. Shit.
No, it was rainy.
Rainy.
Oh,
like crazy. And
what did we do that day?
The last day we went to Las Olas. They went to this cigar bar. And again, I don't even smoke, but I didn't mind it.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
We had like a half day that day, though.
Yeah, cause he got fucked up, and with like 3 drinks.
No, but it was the cigar. I'm that said that it was a cigar.
Oh yeah, cigar.
It was. And that was like the 3rd cigar I ever had in my life.
We were just talking about football with people. Like, it was to me, like, look at that. I think I'm very accessible. Like, people will never say that I'm like, I'll create drama. They went to a cigar bar. I didn't say a single word of let's go, nothing. I didn't take a single puff of a cigar.
No,
I just got a drink.
We had a drink.
And
were you in a room where you could smoke it?
It was a smoke. It was a cigar bar.
No, it was Sunday, so the football games were on, so I was chilling.
Nice,
So I was chilling, watching the football games and talking to people there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he leaves. He goes to the restroom and he took a while. And ET's like he's taking a shit. I'm like, nah, he's throwing up. And when we were driving back, but he didn't tell us shit.
I didn't.
He didn't tell us
I was gonna tough it up.
Yeah,
I was gonna tough it up.
He didn't tell us shit. And then we're just driving back. And I think we're gonna drive back, chill, and then go somewhere else. And then we're driving, and I'm about to drive, and this dude is opening the door.
Because we were getting to the light.
Yeah.
We were getting to the light, so I'm like, fuck. I opened the door and I threw up.
But threw up a lot.
Look. So I
drinking too, right?
I know
but
when
not a
I'm
lot.
gonna throw up. Maybe like 5 to 10 minutes before I throw up, because there's symptoms. There's symptoms that you get before you throw up, right? And for me, as soon as I start sweating, I'm like, fuck. And then my mouth gets really like my saliva in my mouth. Exactly. I'm like, I'm dead. So by that time, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. By the time I get to the bathroom, I know what's gonna happen. So I get to the bathroom, I put the seat up, I start throwing up. Start throwing up. So I'm like, my dumbass mind, I'm like, I'm good. I threw up. I got it out of my system. I had no more food, right? We had just ate. I got it out of my system. I had no more food in my system.
Oh yeah, we had just ate.
So I went back. I sat down. I had already finished my drink, so I didn't have any more drink left. I drank a shit ton of water.
The shot is what fucked you up. The shot. Like
Of the whiskey.
They
Was it
offered us
whiskey?
a shot of proper 12.
A proper 12, yeah.
Yes, they took.
So-
So we took a shot of proper 12. We were chilling. And
But I didn't even finish it. And 2, I was sipping on it. So I don't think I'm telling you 100% that it was a cigar. I know for a fact because I smoked a cigar like 3 months later, didn't drink at all, and I had the same symptoms.
Really?
So it had to be the cigar. So when I was in the car, I was chugging water because in my mind, I chug water, I'm gonna get sober quicker, right? So chug. I'm like, fuck. Now I'm getting sweaty. Now I'm getting slut. So I'm like, I know what's about to happen. So that's why I threw up so much, because I had probably like 3 liters of water in my stomach.
he just drink a shit little while.
Yeah.
So we got back. Me and ET are watching football. He went to sleep. And
I slept good too.
yeah, he went to sleep for a while.
I slept
So
good.
much that our plan is like he's gonna go sleep it off. We're gonna go find a nice place to eat.
Yeah.
We had to
ended
eat
up-
there.
We didn't have to.
But you wouldn't get up.
No, but we still didn't have to because it was so early. Well, by the time I woke up,
You woke up like at 10. Luis.
No, it wasn't that time.
Yes,
It was
it
probably
was.
like 8 or 9.
We were eating already. We had already ordered the food. The food was there. We were done
Yeah,
eating.
you're right.
Like,
Did you ask me what I wanted?
Yes. So much. We went.
And y'all ordered for me, right?
We went and we're like, hey, you want to come? Or do we just order in?
Because you said we're gonna bring it back. So I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
why am I
he's
gonna
like,
go? I
Do
can
we
get
go
another
or
30
do we
minutes.
just bring it back? And he's like, bring it back. Cuban food?
Was it? I don't think it was.
Oh no,
Cuban
no!
food.
Everybody got what they wanted because everybody
Yeah.
ordered like since we eventually decided we're gonna bring it back.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, everybody just order whatever you want.
Okay. Where y'all went to multiple places?
No, it was DoorDash.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it would like I don't mind it. And for example, you would think that was a terrible day.
Oh, it was chill.
It was raining. We didn't get to do a lot. I didn't mind it.
I mean, it was terrible for me because I was dying. But other than
Yeah.
that,
It would have
I
been.
also enjoy hotels a lot. I fucking love hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah, like over Airbnbs though. Because Airbnb, like you're like fucking looking at the towers, like.
I only like hotels when they're resorts. If they're not
but then
resorts,
that's not a hotel. That's a resort.
then I don't like hotels. I don't like hotels. I prefer the Airbnb because I make it like my home.
Yeah.
I make it like the one in Utah trash.
Airbnb.
Say it again.
Exactly. If I'm going, you're right. If I'm going with my girl, it's definitely hotel.
Oh, for sure. Hotel.
If I'm going with my boys, I prefer Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Yes. If I'm going, because it's cool to hang out,
Yeah.
and I don't want to hang out in the room.
I had fun in Utah too.
Oh, Utah was good.
You're not wrong, but the Airbnb was horrible. The pillows were too big. The mattress was it too soft? Too soft?
I don't
I feel like it was too soft or too hard. One of the two.
I don't really
I feel like mine was too hard.
But I left with a kink in my neck, and it wasn't. it wasn't from beating Ray in wrestling.
Oh, shit.
I mean, it was fun too because we chilled the whole day. Nothing like too crazy. Yeah. You're right. We never went to go do. I would have liked to have done some sort of activity, whether it was like going hiking, something that whatever that city in Utah is known for, right? So I would have liked to have done some sort of activity, but literally we got home at 9-10, chilled. We got some food. Then we
attempted to go out.
Yeah, we stayed up until.
No, honestly,
that's day one.
I'm gonna be honest. No, Utah's not for me, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
But why?
I showed up to the airport. Yeah. Dude, I was terrified.
It's like something here does not belong.
Yes, bro.
And it's
like,
me.
Some here don't look like everything else. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, bro. I've never felt like this in my life.
Yeah.
No, not only that. The first night, and the only thing I didn't like about Utah was the first night we made the stupidest decision ever.
We stayed up all night.
We got to Utah like at 8.
Yeah.
Or 9.
Yeah.
We went and got dinner. Whatever. Now, the bad thing about Utah, everything closed at fucking 9.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
And is that Utah?
And Salt Lake City, which is the city in Utah, right? Yeah. So, showed up like we went, got dinner, got back to the hotel, got back to Airbnb like at 12. And then for some reason, we stayed up all fucking night outside. I'm fine if we stay up till 3-4.
We're playing.
Though, right?
We're playing dominoes.
Drinking,
poker,
yeah, things like that. Which is fine till 3-4.
But we set up to like 7 o'clock in the morning.
9.
Was it 9?
9. 9.
We definitely saw the sunrise together.
Nice.
And another romantic activity we have done together.
And I'm like, why?
I see a pattern coming up. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
He wants to deny it, but
he wanted me to go hiking. That's the only thing I'll put my foot down to. I'm not gonna get tired on purpose. And then I've been watching videos of like mountain lions popping out and shit.
You hear about the guy that killed the mountain lion?
Yeah, it's like
Only with his bare hands.
Oh,
swear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look it up.
Nah, it's fine. I believe you. Damn. Yeah, but what I like about going in a guy group as well is like, let's say you convince David. Let's say it's 5 of us. Let's say you, David, Ray, ET, and myself go. If you convince one of us to go with you, fine, go hiking.
The other three
can do whatever the hell they want. Yeah. You know what I mean? The other 3 can do whatever the hell they want. Mm. And I was like, well, if he ever asked me to go hiking, I'm like, go convince Ray. Go convince ET. Yeah. If they want to go with you, perfectly
ET would have gone too.
Yeah, ET would have gone. Now, y'all wouldn't have hiked for long. Yeah. He ain't got no stamina.
And you're in elevation.
And you're in altitude, yeah. So, yeah, it's not going to...
In Colorado, where I was dying.
Really? Did y'all hike?
I don't know. My girl was just speed walking. I'm like, how? What the fuck is going on? It was like old ladies just fucking loser, dude. Like just going.
I went to a cruise with my girl in Aruba, and in Bahamas, one of the two, and I'm getting that shit right because you get free food like crazy. Honestly, I feel like cruises are pointless.
I love cruises.
Cruises are pointless. It's like you're paying a shitload for a mega buffet.
That's all it is.
That's how I feel like that's
did
all.
Did you go to any other restaurant? Hey, first of all, which one did you go to? What brand?
I don't know.
Was it Carnival, Norwegian, Prience?
I don't know. It was to the Bahamas and to Aruba. I've done 2.
Did you go into any of the restaurants?
All the restaurants.
Did you go to any of the entertainment at night?
Yeah, they had dancing. They had like little resort. Yeah, they had magic shows.
And that's what it is. To me, it's like a resort.
Floating resort.
Yeah.
They had magic shows and things like that. I felt like it was more family oriented.
It all depends on what you're going on.
And
that makes a big difference on like the ambiance.
It's like a cheaper vacation too. Like it's not like it's very doable for.
I
like
paid
$1,600
per person.
16.
Oh,
yeah. Oh fuck that! Yeah. I'm a fan of shit.
You can get some good deals. Anyways, keep on with your story.
And I'm getting my shit, and I'm getting my food, but dude, I'm on the sea, right? I'm on a boat that's moving on the water, so I'm like trying not to.
Wait, does it move like that?
You must have gotten some really rocky waters.
No, it wasn't.
Okay,
it was like I'm telling you, it was like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like when I first got there, so I was getting used to it. A lot of it was in my mind, but no, it doesn't. You don't really feel it, but I don't know why I was feeling it.
Yeah, well, that's like seasickness.
Yeah, I feel like I was seasick at that moment, and for some reason I couldn't really move. And I see this old lady and my girl just like racing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, where y'all going so fast? We can't go nowhere for the next 2 days, you know. There's no need for us to like.
This is it.
Yeah. And on the way back, it was some weird. Like they took us on this boat. It's kind of like the one we took to Alcatraz.
Okay.
But smaller.
The ferry, yeah.
They would take us trip like to go meet up the cruise back, and that one moved a lot.
Oh, because it was smaller.
Yeah, that one moved a lot, and they also gave us food on that. And again, that one I couldn't walk at all.
Yeah, that was a little bit different, more difficult.
So,
Which excursions did you do?
What?
What excursions did you do?
Oh, in the Bahamas,
Mhm.
my girl went, like with this group. I don't know.
Oh, so you stayed on the boat?
No, I stayed on the beach.
Oh, because you
Like
just went to the
Cabana.
beach, just chill, drink a little bit.
I enjoyed the view. I'll tell you that much.
There's a lot of blue water, right?
A lot of blue water.
White
Aruba.
sand.
No. We went shopping. You could go shopping,
Yeah.
and then it was like a fake Alcatraz. They wanted to take us to something to tell us the story of like some like shack or something. I'm like, you know what? I don't really care about that story. So my girl went to the story. I stayed in the beach, and then we went and we had it was I don't know what you call it, like lunch between lunch and dinner.
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 Yeah, and then we ended up going back. Yeah, we stayed there 6 hours, 8 hours, something like that. You could have stayed longer.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like I don't know what it was some weird cruise where like I don't know if the cruise was given a lap or something like that.
What?
I really can't explain it.
A lap. Okay, so
It like I said, that little other boat will take you to a dock and meet the cruise.
yeah.
And you could stay in Aruba up to 12 hours.
Oh, okay. So it was doing its rounds for whoever wanted to leave that at that time. It was like
Yeah.
every hour, every 30 minutes.
It was like every 2 hours,
Gotcha.
I think. Yeah, and if not, you could go back to the cruise.
Because those ships are huge, huh?
Immense.
Yeah.
Look, I love cruises. I will never go on another Carnival cruise in life.
Why? What's the?
So I went on a cruise and I was like, cool. We got a really good deal, but our room was at the same level that the water was at.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
So at night, what would happen is you're in bed. The boat is going from place A to point A to point B, and of course it's waves, guts rocking against the ship. But because we're literally at the water level, anytime that the waves hit the ship, they're not small waves, they're big waves. So when it hits the ship, it goes, bah! So imagine going to bed at like 11, 12, 1 o'clock because you're fucking tired of a full day of excursions, activities, whatever it is you did that day.
That's early.
11, 12 or 1?
Yeah.
I guess it could be, right?
Yeah, if you would have drank a little bit more, gone later, trust me, you would have.
Maybe. At that time, I didn't drink, right? Either way, imagine 1 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to go to bed, trying to go to sleep, and every 5 to 15 minutes at unsynchronized intervals, hearing like a bat just to the wall. I couldn't sleep, and it wasn't like a I don't even know how to say it. Like it was a scare every single time. Like it was like a jump scare every single time. So you have to come down from the adrenaline.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you're like, when is it gonna happen again? Because you know it's gonna happen again. Then, so the next morning, I'm like at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the front desk. I'm gonna say, hey, any other room you have, I'll pay for it. I don't give a fuck.
Can you stop the waves?
So I'm like, I'll pay for it. I don't care.
Yeah.
So I go to the front desk and they're like, you know what? Unfortunately, we're fully booked. There's no other room on the boat. So, but he said, you know what? We just docked, or we're going to dock tomorrow. Come back tomorrow because if somebody gets left behind, we can give you the room. But the way he said it, it was like it's a matter of fact somebody gets left behind. So I'm gonna capitalize on the situation. So I'm like, cool. The next day, we went on an excursion. We barely slept that night too. We weren't even like enjoying the excursions because now we're let me say, I don't know how to say it in English. Trasnochados, like you didn't sleep at all, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we haven't slept for 2 days straight, like 24, 36 hours. We haven't slept at all. I go to the front desk. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. That's the time they open. I go there. I'm like, okay, hey, I spoke to you last time. He said, you said if somebody gets left behind, like, is there anybody get left behind? Can I get another room? He's like, nobody got left behind, but today we have another activity. Somebody might get left behind.
Well, it's like they're trying to get rid of people, dude.
And
I got you, bro.
they said it like it was a matter of fact. Like it happens. Like, you know, they're gonna get left behind. The third day was like the third. I'm done. It was like the third day of like going to places, but it was like the 5th day of the actual boat. I go there and I speak to somebody different, and I said, hey, the same thing. I heard somebody can get left behind. Did anybody get left behind? I told them the whole story about the fucking bat to the room. Like, hey, people rarely get left behind. And I'm like, so what do you mean? The whole time I've been waiting for somebody to get left behind. I'm about to push somebody off this boat because I can't fucking sleep. That's why I'll never go on a Carnival cruise. There's kids everywhere. The service is horrible.
How
Activities
much
are.
did you pay?
I mean, to me at that time it was a lot.
How much was it?
Probably like $1,000 per person. So
I thought that was more, yeah.
at that
Well, that's
time,
not cheap either.
yeah, at that time it was a lot for me, but it was like on the cheaper end, right?
Yeah. That's why they gave you that room.
No, I paid
Yeah.
16 a person, which I don't know why, because we stayed in the same room.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
That's another thing that kind of gets me with, because you're like, okay, you pay for the room, that means that
Right.
every person is going to be included in that room.
Yeah.
Like we can do Hispanic style, get like 10 people in one room,
Exactly.
right? No, you have to pay per person.
You still gotta pay per
Yes.
person.
That's resort shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. Which, yeah, I didn't understand how, but whatever. But no, our room was amazing. It was
Yeah.
up top.
Nice.
Yeah, it. I was scared that it was those little windows. It was like a room.
Yeah.
It was like a room. I honestly felt I was so scared. I didn't want to do it.
You don't like cruise? Have you never been on a cruise before?
Before that time?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, cool.
But what you call it? I was terrified. I was like, I really felt like I'm going to a little prison cell, and it's gonna be a bed and a little circle window there.
They have a prison on the boat.
Yeah, and
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they have like a place down in the bottom for anybody who misbehaves or is acting up, and they'll literally take them to like a cruise prison. And they also have like an infirmary for anybody who gets sick, and they have a quarantine room for anybody who brings anything that they're not supposed to.
if the Cancun resort had a prison, you would have been in it.
Nah, bro, I was too fast for them, bro. They wouldn't have caught me.
So the Golden Globes were this weekend. I want to talk about the Golden Globes. Jo Koy,
Yeah.
he's a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty famous comedian.
Right.
From what I hear, he does arenas, stadiums, theaters. Like he does.
I think he's on the up and up right now.
Yeah, he's you know
been there.
he's
like Filipino,
he's got a
so
pretty big
every
name.
Filipino knows
Yeah.
that.
You're right. And he hosted the Golden Globes on 10 days notice.
Yeah.
Right? Now, you got to keep in mind, he's been getting criticized because the Golden Globes, apparently his monologue wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the funniest.
Yeah.
And also got to keep in mind, I've actually watched his monologues. Ricky Gervais is like known for the Golden Globe monologues. They're incredible. And he is just insulting
That's true.
the most famous people in the world every single year. And you could tell they don't like it, and you could tell he loves that they don't like it.
But I think that's what makes it even funnier.
Exactly. And
Because-
I feel like that's what Joe didn't have.
Because he got upset. He got personally hurt. And at one point, he said something along the lines, I had 10 days notice. This is what you're going to get. And at that point, like, once you show that they're getting to you, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
That's true, though. That is a flip in the suit
Uh-huh.
where they're like, oh, fuck this man. Kind of, you know.
And they say when you lose an audience as a comedian, it's hard to get them back.
Yeah.
Hard to get them back. But what made Ricky Gervais great was that you could tell, like, he treated them as like kids.
Yes.
Like when you see his monologue, he's like, I get it. You're famous. I get it. You're rich. These are jokes. Deal with it and get over it.
Yeah.
And he's talking to him like they're 5 years old. You know what I mean? And
they got big egos, so you have to kind of bring them down to a humble.
He breaks them down. Yeah, he breaks them down, and it was like he does an amazing job.
Yeah.
Now, also Ricky Gervais compared to as good as Jo Koy is doing, Ricky Gervais is just a different level.
A different level.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais, the creator of The Office, the dude has everything, right? And so with him doing that, my question to us is like, do you think, for example, your behavior would change with a certain type of elite celebrity?
Like if I speak to a celebrity, or if I'm a
for example,
celebrity
what we do here, right?
Okay.
We talk shit to each other all the time, right?
Yeah, right.
If name a celebrity, if
Let's say JJ Watt.
JJ Watt, perfect example.
Because he's from Texas.
If JJ Watt was here, will we talk shit to him? Will we like, you're huge, but you're porcelain. You're porcelain. You're always hurt. Like,
I feel like with any relationship, whether it's somebody of stature or somebody who's like us, we have like there's a moment of testing the water, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So you start with like light balls. Is that how you say it?
Like softballs.
Softball.
Yeah.
We start with softballs, and then later on we start hitting with the.
But what's a softball? So if I'm like, hey, James,
I think that's a great one. Like what you just said, I think that's a great one.
what do we like? Call him a porcelain. That's a softball.
Yeah, I think that's a softball.
Okay, so now is this harder to like, hey JJ, you ever had trouble spelling JJ?
I think that's even softer ball.
No, that's softer. Okay, so yeah, but we can do that.
Yeah, no, that gets worse to you.
We're calling them dumb.
No, but still, I feel like
bro, he probably has a million of them.
I feel like if you were to say, hey, with all the concussions you ever had, do you have trouble spelling JJ? I think that would be more on like
no, but that gives them an excuse.
Yeah. But I think I think there's a simplicity to just a name being two letters, and is it funny versus now you're making fun of two things: the concussions and the spelling.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Like there's a lot of things. For example, would we do that?
Yeah.
It all depends on how the test.
And then would we push it though? How far would we push it? Would we start talking about his girl?
But we don't do that here. Like we I don't think we would do that further than we do it here.
What do you mean?
Like I don't talk about your girl.
No, but we won't talk bad about her. I mean, like we would bring her in. Bring
into conversation.
Talk about his girl the way we talk about ours. I'm not talking about insulting his girl. I'm not talking. The hell? No, I wasn't saying that.
Okay, we're talking about making fun, so I thought maybe that's what you were talking about.
We do it all the time here.
But not about each other's girls.
Yes, we do. Like every time we ask you, if you ask for permission.
But that again, that's not about our girls. That's about ourselves.
But I mean, that's what I mean. I'm not talking about insulting his girl. I'm talking about just getting her involved in the conversation.
I can guarantee you that the first question that Ray is gonna ask is about a 20-day girls trip. Tell me that's not gonna be a question that he's gonna ask.
That would be great.
And I think that's okay.
Well, that's why we have to.
No, but the minute but if he says yes, we be like, you're a fucking idiot.
Look, perfect example. The guy that we had, I forgot what his name was.
The big guy.
Yeah, he wasn't stature, and Ray didn't go in on him.
Damn.
He did not go in on him.
No, but we told him. I told him.
Yeah, but Ray did not, right?
Oh, so you calling Ray a little bitch?
A little bit.
Watch that episode. This number.
I don't even know, man.
Probably like, I don't know. It's probably what we had before we started the channel again. No.
How about a girl?
A girl celebrity or a girl in general?
Let's start with a girl in general.
I think a girl in general.
I think it.
I think I did a good job. What was that girl's name?
Paige?
Exactly, her. Yeah. I don't think she likes me too much.
I don't think she dislikes you. You did a good job, but I playing the line. You did a good job.
I had to because I had to. I'm sorry. Okay, we were talking about the Shakira thing when Shakira got cheated on.
Yeah.
And E.T. and Ray weren't here.
So it was him and myself.
So it was me and him.
So we had to play
Who's
two
gonna
different
play the
spectrums.
asshole? It had to be me, right? Yeah, I had to play the asshole.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything wrong. I just said, Like, because apparently Piqué got caught because somebody ate the grape jelly.
Yeah, whatever the jelly is. Specific jelly that Shakira liked.
They're like, he doesn't eat this, so who ate it? Yeah.
What?
And I said, hey, yo, there's millions of ways that grape jelly could have disappeared. Am I wrong? And it's not playing devil's advocate. It's just giving an option.
It's different spectrums of the same situation.
Let's say Beyonce comes here,
Okay.
right? And we're
With
like,
JC or not JC?
without Jay-Z.
Okay.
We're like, hey, yo, what happened in the elevator with your sister and Jay-Z? Did he really cheat?
But again, that I feel like that's going into the personal relationship that we don't do that with each other.
Yes, we do.
Not here on the podcast.
Yes, we do.
We've never talked about each other's like
We
significant
talked about
other.
each other's breakups. We talked, like, Ray brought up his girls on camera. That's the only reason I'm saying this. On camera, his girls threesome or whatever.
But we didn't dive into it.
We could have. Like, that
But-
wouldn't have stopped it.
It would have stopped me. Like I wouldn't have had that conversation with him on the podcast.
Well, he's the one who brought it up. We're acting like we brought it up.
But the way he brought it up was very nonchalantly, just like as a matter of fact, just conversation.
Because
Right?
we talk about that stuff, is what I'm saying.
I don't think he would have enjoyed, and I could be wrong. I'm speaking for him, and I don't usually do that.
I don't know if he would have enjoyed it or not. He's the one that brought it up.
Again, I don't think he would have been okay with diving into the intricacies of the relationship that his girl had before she was with him.
I think for the sake of the pod, all's fair.
Like Ray would have been a perfect person to have on the podcast today because of that situation, right? Because he did talk about his significant other in a way that was prior to him, right?
I bring up the arguments with me and my girl all the time.
What?
All the time. I told you the one where she got so mad at me for no reason. Because I hate when girls do this. Did I tell it to you? I think I did.
What, about what?
I was watching TV. I was watching a game or something. And she comes and sits down and she goes,
I think we talked about it.
Yeah, we did.
and all I said, I'm like, what's wrong? And you know what your answer was? Nothing. So I responded, great, I fixed it. And then she gets mad at me. Right? I fixed the issue and you get mad at me.
What more do you want
What
from me?
more do you want from me? Right? And then we talk. I don't know what I did wrong to this day. Okay? So, I talk about that shit all the time.
Yeah.
We talked about the prank that you and your girl, or the one you didn't go through. Like a little punk.
Because we literally did it on the podcast.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, those are all stuff that involve our relationship.
Well, like I said, all's fair in the
Yeah.
podcast game. Once you spread it out, bro, you gotta get ready to talk about it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Because whether your partner asks you about it or not, it might come up.
But we wouldn't change our. You think in general, outside of the podcast, would you change your behavior with celebrities?
I think so, man.
I think if it was like the first time meeting them, and if it was like me going up to somebody that I just saw on the street, like if I just saw JJ Williams on the street and I wanted to go talk to him and have a conversation, or we just happen to be sitting next to each other at a game and we have a conversation, it'll be just like a regular conversation. I don't think that I'm gonna dive too deep into anything, if that makes any sense.
JJ was a great example. I could have had a conversation with JJ Watt. Because I don't know if I told you, where my old manager used to be in was the same building where 1041 KRBE was in.
Oh yeah.
And he walked in. It wasn't even him. Some lady, like 3 feet tall lady, walks in and I have a white shirt on. And she's like, no photos, no autographs. I'm like, why would I want your photo or your autograph? I don't know you. And then this refrigerator of a man walks in, and it's JJ Watt, and he's super nice. He's like, no worries. You want a photo? Or you want me to sign your shirt? I'm like, no. Why would you sign my shirt? I'm not writing on your shirt. Why are you gonna write on mine?
Did you say that?
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm good.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm good.
Oh, but okay. But that would have been funny. Like that would have been something like that. Would have broken the ice. That's not too hard.
Yeah, but that's what I
That's a
said to
softball.
myself. Like, I'm not writing on your.
that would have been a softball that you could have been like.
Yeah, I'm not writing on
Yeah.
your shirt. Why are you writing on
Yeah.
mine? All right, so no, I'm good. Don't be writing on people's shirt. That's rude. fucking rude, dude. You can't be going around writing on people's shirts.
But I'll take a picture.
No, I don't want a picture either. Like, I was mad at him. It was a diamond shirt, which cost like $20, but at the time was a lot to me, bro.
Imagine he asked you like, you want me to write on your shirt, and you're like, sure. And he's like, you got a pin? I'm like, bitch, you asked me if you want to sign my shirt, and I say yes, you have a pin, motherfucker.
And I wonder if he had a pin.
That's a good question. Like, if you would have said yes, what would have been the interaction afterwards?
Like, do you walk around with pins like around? Like, what the hell?
It's not unless you have a pen.
Yeah. So, and that was pretty much it. It got pretty awkward after that. Pretty awkward after that. It was just the three of us in the elevator.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So.
Not bad. But at least you saw him, and like we're saying, dude, I don't know if we're ever gonna get Beyonce or JJ Koy, but
This is the year. This is the year to make it work.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want Beyonce.
You
I don't
know
want
Beyonce?
divas. I'm sorry. I don't want divas.
So no Mariah Carey.
If I can't talk shit to you, I don't want you here.
Yeah.
That's also true though, because like you can ask that question, like for instance, Beyonce in the elevator. You really think she's gonna answer it, no matter like who you are? Like you could be fucking Obama.
No, but it wouldn't
that's
be,
not true.
No,
I
but
think
it wouldn't
Obama
be
would.
like that, right? Like,
Oh, a bubble would.
no, but it wouldn't be like that. I think it's great what Ray said. Like the question everybody has to get. Is,
Yeah. I completely agree.
Everybody has to get that question.
Yeah.
Would you let your significant other go on the 20-day girls trip? Everybody that's been media trained is gonna give the stupid answer of yeah, I trust them. And then our reply.
Now you can't go in on them.
Now our reply is like, yeah. So before the elevator, did he go on the 20 girls? Guys, that would have been. You know what I mean? It's like, cause something happened in that elevator. I don't know. You don't just start kicking people like soccer balls for no reason. So your sister
I
wasn't
feel
happy.
if we ever had a celebrity on the podcast, there would be one. We already do this with the guests that we have on the podcast. There's a 30-minute to an hour like just session off the camera where we kind of breaking the ice. We did it with Dilo, we did it with Paige, we did it with DeSanti, we did it with the G's. Now, I feel like what we would do extra with a celebrity is there any topics that are no-nos to you that you just do not want to touch?
I don't want to do that
No, but you have
because
to.
we don't cross the line already. Like we're not gonna come here and talk like,
Talking about
like, hey, you cheat on your man. Like we're not gonna ask that.
Yeah.
Right? We're not gonna ask a guy like you cheat on your girl. Obviously, we're not gonna touch on those stuff. So those are the no-nos.
But what if let's say what if we talk about, I don't know, we don't talk about any serious topics, but what if we're talking about like a 20-day girl trip, right?
Yeah.
And the person who was on the podcast let their significant other go on a 20-day girl trip, and they unfortunately on day 3 something happened, and now that's like a sore subject for them, right? Now you have this conversation with them, and they're like, I don't want to talk about that. Like I'm done with the podcast. Like, why would you ask me something like that?
What do you mean? Okay, we don't have to ask her that, but we're like, okay, let's move on. Are you done making stupid decisions?
Like you said,
like, you know what I mean? Like that could be the next question. Like, are you done making dumb decisions?
We said we don't want divas, right? But we don't know what a diva is until they turn into a diva, right?
No, but for example, give me an example of something that I can't talk about.
That's like that.
Like JJ Watt, perfect. I don't think you'll be crazy to ask JJ Watt. It's like, hey, how come you refuse to beat Tom Brady? Like, it's like, that's a valid question.
what did he do to you?
Yeah, or no, like what you do to him.
He touched you.
He's like, why you sack everybody, but not this guy who can't run 10 yards in less than 15 seconds. How come you can never get to that lanky white dude? And ask me how he got Giselle.
I'm trying to think of a question that we could ask, or a topic that we can touch on, and
All right, look, I won't touch dead kids, obviously. Right?
Yeah.
Draw the line at dead kids.
Yeah. Like,
God damn, man.
I think no, Luis. I think I'm very like, for example, when we talk about UFC all the time, you could be a witness.
Yeah.
There's not one time that I've called any fighter a bitch,
Uh-huh.
nothing like that, because I won't do it to their face.
yes. But see, we already do a very good job of not necessarily filtering ourselves, but monitoring where the line is and staying right on the line or a little bit below it.
To me, my line is very simple. I will never say
I
nothing.
think it's past the line.
Oh, absolutely.
And again, for people like ET, people like Ray that maybe don't understand exactly where the line is, we have to ask that question so that they know that there might be a
fuck
line in
them.
the first place.
Nah, if they get hit, they get hit.
But it's
Which
not
will
about
make great content.
It's not again. It's not about the physical violence because I don't think that the physical altercations would ever happen on the podcast with celebrities.
Who's gonna stop them?
They're media trained, right?
Oh,
The only time that it could happen is if, let's say, we have Sean Strickland on here, right?
exactly.
That would happen, right? But then with them, we already know that there are sub-subjects that he doesn't want to talk about. That's not going to stop certain people from having conversations about those sore subjects. What if he might have a lot of sore subjects that he doesn't want to talk about? We don't know what those are unless we ask him.
That's what that's why I don't want to ask him, because to me my line is very simple. I will never ever say anything without you here that I wouldn't say with you here.
To me, the risk is not on the physical altercation. The risk falls on them stepping out.
Well, if they want to go, they can go. Like
I agree, but
something.
then
Look,
One or two ways.
and this is one thing that, for example, I don't know how we're gonna do. We're gonna have to figure out a way we can stream while we watch the fights. I don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but we gotta.
we can stream ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that.
Now
We
what I
can't
do
stream
want to do is understand that, especially in the beginning, if you have 8-9 people, like, you gotta treat them like you have 200 million people. Enjoy yourself with those 8 people. Like,
I agree.
and if anybody wants to go.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. If anybody, look, if Beyonce comes here, gets offended with the first question and leaves, guess what? We still have Beyonce. And that shit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We got her.
So, like, if the first question is, yo, what was the 20-day trip the reason that Jay-Z got kicked like a soccer ball inside in the elevator, and she gets offended and leaves, guess what? We still asked her a question, and that shit is probably gonna go pretty damn viral.
Wait,
So,
Beyonce walking out.
yes, and no.
we didn't do nothing wrong. We did what we do with everybody.
I think we're failing to see that at the point, and I don't want to say it because it's almost like jinxing, but at the point that we do have people like Beyonce on the podcast, there's going to be NDAs, there's going to be...
No, there's not. You know NDA, you gotta sign it, right?
Exactly, for
Who the
them.
fuck gonna make me sign it?
No, for them.
Well, they won't do the show.
NDA of what? Okay, they don't have to answer the question. We can ask it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean?
But then you're right. You can walk away,
No.
they can-
And let me ask you another. Let me tell you another
Chase the food.
thing, David. If you go into a boxing fight, right, and you get hit, you can't be mad that you got hit.
But I feel like that's...
No, it's different because it's not different.
It is different.
If you come to the rec crew, and if we ask you about 20 days, you can't be mad. That's what we fucking do.
Yeah.
By that time, it'll be a constant segment on the podcast.
Exactly. No, and yeah, if you are on here, I'm guessing you've seen a
Yeah.
clip or two.
Or at least you should.
You should have done your
Or
research.
at least you should have done your
You should-
research. Here's what I
completely
mean. So yeah, you can't go into a boxing ring and like, shit, he hit me. Like, that's what
It's the
happened.
one question we always hit everybody,
Exactly.
right?
It's like, no, yeah, and,
Well, if he hit me, you have fucking
Yeah.
boxing gloves on too. Like,
that's what I mean. Expectations.
yeah, no.
I wanna.
That's true.
I agree, like 90%. The 10% is the fact that people are unreliable sometimes. We don't know at that point that we do have we do have those people on the podcast.
They may not fuck with that question.
Yeah, they might say something like, "Hey, I'll be on your podcast, but if I don't like anything on there, then you can't post it." So what is that's what I'm getting with
Will they
that.
tell you beforehand
That would
if I don't
suck,
like
but
that
at that
shit,
point, I would do it. Like, I would take it out.
And that's what I mean.
But that would suck, and trust me, it'll never be back. Like,
But and that either they take it out or they, you know what, I'm done and you can't post this. You see what I'm saying? And we wasted a day. We could have said, hey, we did have her on here.
I wonder how that works, because you do own the film.
Well, that happened with Birdman. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
happened?
You finishes, you done, and he fucking left, bro.
Yeah, he just
30
left.
seconds into the fucking.
Yeah, there's a lot of times that shit happens.
Yeah, it's happened.
No, I think you can't
That's
cross the
a pretty
line.
famous clip.
Okay.
No, what would be weird, like, what would be different is If we never asked the 20-day girls trip and then we start asking it, that's different.
All right, yes.
You know what I mean? That's fucked up.
Yeah. Or any other specific
That's
question.
exactly. Anything like we like, how's your sex life? Like,
And all the questions that we ask most of the time are pretty hypothetical, right? And they're more opinion based.
exactly. They're most opinion based. Like, let's move on. All right, the Jeffrey Epstein thing's coming back, right?
Oh, I heard. I don't know too much about it, but apparently there's a list and there's more lists that are coming out.
No, the list is crazy.
The best one though.
No, the explanation the list has, because there's victims on the list.
There is.
Well, that's where they came from.
Yeah, the list is combined of people that were accused, of people that were convicted, like, and victims. Like, everybody, it's all like a salad.
Do we know which one's which? Like,
I don't think so. And the problem is that
so Bill Clinton could have been a victim.
no, for example, Bill Clinton's the perfect example.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton, like, we gotta also realize this guy was a pedophile and everything, but he was also a businessman. So there's some people who actually went there for business.
Okay.
Okay, and there is it clarifies on the list that there's some people who are on this list that have cooperated, that went through the judicial system and have been cleared of any wrongdoing.
Yeah.
And they're on the list too. So everything's on the list. Like, I heard Chris Tucker's on the list.
Oh.
Obviously the Clintons. What is it, Prince Harry or who is it?
Yeah.
So one of those.
And Prince Edward, I think.
Yeah, like a lot of people are on the list. Now,
Stephen Hawking was my favorite.
Oh yeah, Stephen Hawking was on the list.
really?
Yeah.
Would you blame him though?
Blame him for being on a beach, or blame him for what?
Blame me for looking at
Because-
the stars from a beautiful.
No, if he did something wrong,
Yes.
but it's like harder, right?
No.
No. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm not saying he knew. I'm not saying he knew, because you didn't necessarily knew they were younger age, or did you?
I think. I think part of it.
I'm just saying,
he fucking knew, bro.
like, he could have been a victim. Like, he's on a wheelchair. The guy can't move. How?
You can't blame him if he was the victim.
Exactly.
If he was not the victim, you can definitely blame him.
I'm just saying.
Honestly, maybe, dude. He might get the pass. I don't know.
I'm saying.
He's like, yeah, dude. He's been a vegetable all his life. He's smart as fuck, but he's a vegetable.
No, he hasn't been a vegetable all his life. He's been a vegetable most of his life. He's a very intelligent man that obviously is able to
How
communicate
did
with
he
everybody.
become so smart?
I think he's just on the higher
Hey,
end.
let me say, is he that smart though? Was he that smart?
Yeah, he invented his own theory.
I've always
was it
had
string
that issue
theory?
about theories, man.
I know.
Because they're just theories. They're never proven.
They haven't been proven.
Exactly. So can I just come up with one?
I mean, you come up with theories all the time
Exactly. How come I don't get the? And I can talk.
because theirs is scientific and
It's
groundbreaking.
Proven with science.
What's a groundbreaking theory? That if you throw something in the air, it's gonna fall down.
Theory of relativity, that everybody experiences time differently. If you go at the speed of light, I will experience time differently than you will at a regular speed.
But I'm saying, like,
That's some Marvel shit.
you didn't know, like, before
It's based on the theory.
before Newton, right?
Yeah.
If I'm like, here, David, and then you don't get it, and that happens, you're like, oh shit, it fell.
Holy.
You know what I mean?
fuck.
It's like, I don't think we're geniuses for figuring that out.
But I don't think that was a theory.
That is fucking
The
crazy.
theory of gravity? No, he discovered gravity.
He just.
It's still a
He
theory.
just
No,
explained
no.
it.
He just explained it.
Newton has the I think 5 or 6 laws of physics. I don't know the laws, right? You know, object in motion stays in motion until acted upon by another.
I've
equal
never
or greater
understood that,
object.
by the way,
Why not?
because eventually it stops.
Because it got acted on by another object. In this situation, the other object would be gravity. Would be friction. If I have
It's
a
not
ball,
an object though.
like but the ground is an object.
Okay, no,
It's a counter
no. For
force.
example, what's that pendulum thing, right? Eventually it stops.
It stopped because of gravity.
That's not an object. Gravity is not an object.
It's a force, though.
Gravity's a force. Okay,
Yeah, but
but,
not an
including greater or equal force.
Yeah, it's a force.
Oh, okay. I still don't get it.
Are you want to have the science lesson today, or are we moving on?
Nice lesson of the day.
I'm just saying, bro.
Dude is fucking crazy for figuring that out. And the other guy's crazier because he got hit on the head with an apple. and it's
Exactly.
like gravity.
Well, that's a story, right? We don't know if that's how it happened or not. But
That's how it happened.
okay, let's say that's how it happened, and he realized, you know what? If it's up there and it comes down, there must be a force that's acting upon it.
We're
Right?
rewarding a dude for literally sitting around and doing nothing. And not only that, he was smart enough to figure out gravity, right? But he wasn't smart enough to see that shit. There's apples up there. One might fall on my head.
I mean, you sit under a tree. You don't.
Not
think
one with apples on it.
you've never sit under.
Not once.
Okay, have you ever picked an orange?
No. I go to HEB and buy an orange.
Okay.
What? You picked an orange?
Okay. Look, anything that's above you can fall, right?
People my color
Anything-
don't pick shit no more. Yeah. People my color don't pick anything.
Anything
no
that's
more.
above you can fall, right? Based on gravity, right? Anything above you can fall.
Yeah.
At a certain time, right? We're in a room. Those slides can fall,
Yeah, but we didn't. Like,
but they're fastened on there by screws and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, you can say that it could fall.
That's the force. The screw is the force.
Which with that force, that's what.
What do you mean? The equal or more powerful force, whatever.
So all I'm saying is that people can be sitting at a random place where nothing happens, like an apple tree, and because apples do fall, maybe it wasn't apple season. Maybe it like the apple it was still green. It hadn't turned red yet, right? But there was a bird on the tree, and it was picking at this apple, and boom, it fell. He wasn't expecting it to fall.
Why did you sit under the one with a fucking ball on top of it? Sit under one that has no ball on top of it.
Honestly, I'm telling you, that's like the luckiest.
I'm
hit
telling
ever
you,
heard.
bro.
You got hit with an apple and it was like.
Scientists aren't that special. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, Stephen Hawking. Okay? Rest in peace, Stephen Hawking. But I don't even know if you're the one saying that shit. The computer talks for you.
It just was an accident.
Exactly. I don't know if somebody else is texting that. Like,
He's been trying to type help.
I don't believe all of
A
this.
lot of great inventors steal their ideas.
It's a pattern.
Neil Mike Tyson. What's his
Neil
name?
deGrasse.
Oh,
Neil.
Neil deGrasse, yes.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, bro. What has he ever proven? The only thing he's proven that I can't sit long enough for me to see what he's proven.
I'll
The
listen
dude
to him.
talks for 20 minutes and says nothing.
That's not true.
And I'm like,
Maybe nothing of importance to you, but
of course.
he.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean,
What
let's say he's
what
talking
has he
about
ever
a
said?
theory, you know.
I don't remember, but I know that it's entertaining to me. But I'm an inner geek.
Dr. Umar Johnson.
I don't know who that is.
First of all, where are they giving these doctorates around, and where can I just buy one?
Yeah, I don't
The
know.
dude said that every white person in the world is racist. I don't even know what he said after that, because when you say something like that, it just sounds ridiculous.
Yes.
Right?
Doesn't he like try to get famous off saying shit like that?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I've never heard
He's
of
a
him.
doctor, though. He's gone to like 22 colleges.
Look, to be a doctor, all you have to do is have your doctorate. You know who's also a doctor? The Asian kid from Hangover. He's a doctor. An actual medical doctor.
Dr. Ken, bro.
Yeah, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said Asian kid though. Like,
Oh, the Asian. So the Asian guy from
I guess in that
Hangover.
movie, he did kind of look like
Yeah. The Asian guy from Hangover is an actual doctor, medical doctor, practiced.
So my cousin got mad at me. Because he's a doctor, right? So like, say his name is Dr. Johnny, right? I'm not going to say his real name. So every time he meets you, he's like, hi, I'm Dr. Johnny. And one time my tia, my aunt was in the hospital. So we were there. And I was tired. And he doesn't realize that it's different when you introduce yourself as a doctor in a hospital.
Of course.
If you do it in the library, it don't matter.
It makes a big difference.
So I was trying to help him. He thinks I was trying to be an asshole, but I was trying to help him. So
It's hard to tell with you though.
he was sitting right here, and a lady was sitting right here, and he's super friendly. He like talks to everybody, and I talk to nobody. So I was like right here, just sleepy because it was late. And he goes over and he's like, "Nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Johnny." To help him out, because remember we're in the hospital. I'm like, yeah, but he can't fix you, so don't do shit. All right, so I just trying to help him. Because you like again, you're in the hospital. If you see you're waiting there.
Yeah.
I don't know if the lady was bleeding or something.
Is he a medical doctor or does he have a doctorate?
He's a doctor.
Doctor.
Okay, so medical.
Yeah, but I think he's like for the face, like a plastic doctor.
A plastic surgeon?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, that's what he is. And I was like, I just see her. I'm like, yo, she's probably waiting for a doctor. This dude introduces as a doctor. I'm like, yeah, but he can't fix you, so don't get your hopes up. Like, I tell him to stop doing that shit all the time.
I agree. You can't be saying you're a doctor in a
Right? So I was
nonchalant.
right.
Yeah, I agree. Nonchalant manner at a hospital
Exactly.
or any medical institution. That is not your own practice.
You probably got the lady's hopes up. What if that would have gave her like a heart attack?
Yeah, that's like
He can't fix her. I got a better option with the jumper cables thing.
Not only that, but you watch Grey's Anatomy.
I watch Grey's Anatomy. That's what I'm saying. Like,
mesothelioma. She's fucking spazzing out, dude.
is that like a cancer?
Mesothelioma, I think it's something that happens. I could be wrong. It's a respiratory situation that happens from asbestos.
Oh, really? I didn't know this, man.
Yeah.
Okay, my point is,
Yeah.
all this Harvey Weinstein shit, I'm going like, everybody.
Weinstein or Epstein?
What I say?
Jeffrey Epstein.
What's
Jeffrey,
his name?
Jeffrey Epstein. You
Oh,
said
Jeffrey
Harvey,
Epstein.
Although
I'm
I wouldn't
sorry.
be surprised if Weinstein was
Probably. They were probably homies.
Yeah.
My point is, a lot of things, like, without a doubt, bro, the dude has so much money.
Yeah.
Do you think, not to that extent, obviously, but
Yeah, had an island.
let's not even get into the debate of if does money make you above the law and make you invincible. Like, you can literally do anything you want when you cross a threshold of money, right? If you think you ever cross that threshold of money, you think you like buy into the hype, like your morals will start changing?
No.
Can't let it, dude.
I think in a sense it will.
Look, I think your lifestyle, your living within your means definitely changes, but your morals, if they're embedded in you and you're a morally correct person, they're not going to change, or they shouldn't change. If you're asking me personally, I know that.
Look, I don't know. I've never had that amount of money, and
That's true. We gotta try that.
yeah, we never had that amount of money. And my point is, just simple things like, it's easy today to spend the majority of free time we have with our girls, right? Why? Because we don't have that much free time, and not only that, our options are limited. They're not limited in the sense of could we hang out every day? I guess we could, but what would we do?
When we're rich,
No. As we are today, what would we do if we hang out every day?
probably this.
Probably this, right?
Yeah,
Go
probably
to the mall, maybe go eat, but not much beyond that.
Maybe going to hike, have brunch.
But maybe. But let's see. What do you really enjoy? As an entertainment.
Lately, I like pool. But if we're talking about like extra,
Anything.
Or you're talking about your girl.
No. Just you, without your.
I don't want to
girl.
go like scuba diving. I want to like learn how to scuba dive.
Scuba dive. Literally.
The hobby, I guess.
Probably
What do you enjoy?
do something extreme.
I play soccer. a lot.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Let's say boxing, MMA, basketball,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Let's say today we could come here and maybe watch that, but that doesn't really surpass us spending time with our girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if you had the ability to literally, hey yo, let's go to Miami and
Right.
let's go scuba diving,
Yeah.
and tomorrow, and let's come back, and be like, hey babe, I'll be home at 1.
That's crazy.
And then she's like, hey, but tomorrow Lakers play. Let's go to LA. By the time, not only that, we wake up, our business are being ran now. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have free time.
Mm-hmm.
We have hey, let's go to LA. All right, let's come back. And I'm not
So-
saying, and we're doing that with the intention of nothing but scuba diving, watching basketball. We're not trying to do anything different. Now, will our girls come with us on some of those stuff? Of course. Will they come to everything? No.
Agreed.
Can't make it.
Now, right now, when we go to Utah to an MMA fight, again, we sit in the stands, we enjoy. We go to the club, we could talk to some people and like that. you know that mingling experience is way different.
Yeah.
When you land on a private jet, when you're wearing what you're wearing, and again, none of those things go against your morals, bro. Those are things that we would all do.
Yeah.
Right. The amount of temptation.
That's where it goes.
The amount of temptation. When I'm not just talking about cheating, I'm not just talking about alcohol, drugs. It's all at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying you're gonna fall into all of it, but it's simple as this, Luis. As simple as this, bro. It's 2:00 in the morning, and I want a steakhouse. There's no steakhouse open. For you, it's open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That shit is different, dude. And that's what I'm saying. I think that shit changes you, because you're gonna want. And again, none of the things that I just described go against your morals. But the more it escalates, let me ask you a question. Does that go against your morals?
What part?
It's 2:00 in the morning. I want a steakhouse. Open it up for me.
No.
But
because people are gonna get paid.
No, yeah, people are gonna get paid. But again, people are also gonna get inconvenience, and they're not gonna get paid to change their life.
No, but I'm gonna change. I'm gonna pay enough to make it worth their while.
At times. But trust me, it's not gonna change their life. Like, not the steakhouse servers. What I'm saying, yeah, you may pay the steakhouse owner, but the waitress, no. The waitress is gonna get a nice tip, yes,
yeah.
But it's not gonna change your life. Is what I mean. But I agree with you. I don't think it goes against our morals.
I don't think so.
But when people say go against our morals, people think that, oh, I'm gonna start cheating on my wife. I'm gonna start banging kids.
That's what I think whenever.
But that's not just your morals. There's a lot of other things underneath that don't seem as bad, and they are.
I would have to hear an example of one for me to be like, okay, I get what you mean.
Like,
here's what I do think. I think that our threshold for happiness right now is, let's say, going to a UFC fight, right?
Yeah.
Because right now that's like the epitome, right? Now, I think that threshold becomes a lot higher, and the options become a lot less whenever you are that ultra wealthy.
Let me ask you this question. What's a celebrity that you really admire?
I admire Tom Hardy.
Who's that?
Tom Hardy Bane.
Who's that?
Bane, Venom.
Oh, the actor.
Yeah, the actor. You said celebrity, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say your girl, you made plans with your girl on Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing huge. It's not her birthday, nothing like that. But you made plans with her.
Yeah.
You one that told me, you made plans, you fulfill them, and I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. But if Tom Hardy invites you to something, you know what I mean? I don't think it's outrageous to be like, hey, can I go? Would it be okay? Right? But that's my question.
Okay.
That's my question. Would you go? If Tom Hardy invites you to, let's say, an event, let's say the Champions League final.
Okay. So,
or the World Cup final. I know it may not be the biggest deal for you, but it's an event.
I'll answer it like this. If this is a one-off situation that never happens, then yes, I'm gonna tell my lady, hey, Miss Lady, I got invited by Tom Hardy. I really like him. This is what's gonna happen.
That's the answer, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
It's a one-off situation.
But I would do that right now too. If I was,
of course you would.
If I got invited to, let's say, if I got invited to go to a UFC fight.
No, Luis, don't try to convince me, bro. We got it.
Okay.
Right? I got you. Of course. Here's the problem. You just said that one-off situation. Trust me, when you become the money that Jeffrey Epstein gets, it's not a one-off situation anymore. But it is, but there's millions of one-off situations.
And
more opportunity.
Exactly.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Why do I say yes and no? Because yes, I think at the beginning when you get to that point, you're like, everything's a one-off situation.
Exactly.
But
and again, you're not
after
cheating.
After a while, you're like, you know what?
But I think
I got
while
recommend with my lady, so I'm gonna stay with my lady.
And here's my question: would we? Now my point is, and here's where I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, and I love my girl as much as anybody, but I'm like, if that experience, and again, I'm not trying to go and smash and do this. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm trying to go enjoy the situation. Now, of course, is she invited? Yes, but it's a lot easier for a man to pick up and go than a woman to pick up and go.
Is it though?
Absolutely.
How so?
Because we don't have to get done up. We don't have to do all that stuff. We don't have. It's starting with things.
That's what you mean. Like, just get up and go.
Just get up and go.
Yeah.
Like saying, "Hey, Luis, we're leaving in
Look.
2 hours to."
I'll tell my lady, hey, I just want to let you know, I just got a call from Carol G. She says, hey, she has 2 extra tickets to go wherever. Do you and one of your girlfriends want to go? She'd be like, I bet. We're canceling whatever we do.
Absolutely. She's not any different than you.
That's my point exactly. Like, if you want to do it, you make it work.
No, it's what I mean. If you want to do it, she's not going to want to do it all the time, is my point.
Yeah.
But neither are we.
Oh, why not?
You never know, dude.
Why
That's
not?
the thing. Like, when
Look,
you're super wealthy.
The thing that you're going to get offered are things you want to do.
Yeah.
Yes, but if you've already done them before, let's say go to a party. I don't want to go to a party.
No, dude, you're acting like it's just a birthday party we're talking about. We're not talking about a birthday party.
There's gonna be fun events, man.
Every single day, it's a different event. Like what I'm saying is, for example, the Met Gala is not something that I look forward to.
Agree.
I'm lying to you if I think I would deny an invitation to
The
it.
first time.
Of course, bro, it's the first time. I probably won't go the second time, but what I'm saying,
Agreed.
I'll probably get another one. It won't be to the Met Gala again. It's what I'm telling
You
you.
know, you mingle there.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing I was trying to say. Like,
To the premiere of what the biggest movie is, whatever.
Exactly. No.
If you get invited to that movie's only gonna premiere once.
Yeah, true.
When you have that much money, all you got to do is make a call. You don't get invited. Very little things do you get invited. All you got to do is make a call and say, hey, I want to go to this. And they'll get you a
No, I
ticket.
get that, dude. But what I'm saying is, people. For example, my point is, let's say we somehow make it into the UFC brass, right?
FC what?
The UFC brass, the relationships with the UFC.
Okay. Like the Nelk Boys.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
But from the Nelk boys, something else is gonna grow. And
Dude, like,
So-
just imagine, like, okay, so you're fucking filthy rich. You're not gonna sit in the nosebleeds and talk to Joe Schmo over here. You're gonna sit fucking 3 seats from Donald Trump or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, like.
no, and I'm not saying. And here's where people mistake it. People think we're talking money. We're not. We're talking way beyond that. We're talking money, power, access. Like that. We're not saying that you have one of them. You have all of them. And I get it. I'm with you. If you invite me to the Met Gala today and you invite me tomorrow, I'm not going to both. I'm staying with my girl in one. Now, my problem is, you invite me to the Met Gala, then you invite me to the premiere of Spider-Man, then you invite me to the NBA Finals, then you invite me to the premiere of this movie, then you invite me to Europe to Wimbledon. I don't fucking watch tennis, but trust me, I'm going to Wimbledon. Like and it's not that you invite me to come sit in the stands. It's like is that
You invite me to do the whole experience.
No. It's that, and fuck me inviting you. It's that Serena Williams is playing, and her husband called you, or her brother called you. It's that type of access, dude. So you know you have A1 access, and that's what I'm saying.
Everything is gonna be top.
And I think after a while, people do start. I'm not saying you become the monster that Jeffrey Epstein become. I'm not saying that. But you do go to a point where it's like anything goes, and anything goes where you start becoming feeling above the law, where it's simple as I'm going to this country and nobody's checking me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's that simple. It's because a lot of people take it to the point where it's like, oh, you're gonna. But I think it does evolve to that, dude. If I'm drinking 7 nights a week, it gets hard.
Temptation.
Yeah, it gets hard.
I feel like
Temptation is
whatever is at the core of your values, if it's strong and solid enough, it's going to prevail in every other activity you do. Let's say religion. Let's say you're a man of the Lord or a lady of the Lord. If you do everything God willing, God fearing, by the maybe not, because we're all sinners at a certain point, right? If we all do things with the core values of whatever religion it is that we have, I think everything else will follow.
And I agree with you in the black and white situations. I really do, because I think the reason we're all sinners because a lot of shit is gray.
I agree,
No.
but the core and how strong and solid it is makes a difference.
It does. No, it does. Absolutely. And that's where I think it makes a difference for you not to become that monster. Mm-hmm. because that's black and white. There's no debating what's good and bad about that.
Yeah.
But when it becomes gray, the only reason we're all sinners is because of gray matter.
Yeah.
Or else we wouldn't be all sinners. Now, of course, we won't become that monster. That's where I believe with you. In that core, you won't become that. Now, there's a lot of... The gray matter that we have is a lot different from the gray matter that they have.
So let's put it at quantifiable figures, right? Let's say billionaires. I think we can agree that $1 million versus $10 million versus $100 million. Those are all three different tiers. They're definitely millionaires, but there's definitely three different tiers that have different availabilities of activities or actions or whatever, right? So let's quantify it to a billion, right? When you're a billionaire, you are getting to dictate better what is your gray.
How?
Because the allure that comes with going to a Met Gala is no longer there, because you can go to the Met Gala whenever you want to. So if somebody invites you to a Met Gala.
That's not a sin.
What's not a what?
The gray area we're talking about is like the reason we're sinners today is because of gray matter.
Because
And,
the gray matter,
bad,
gray
right?
area, because the
Yeah.
gray matters, right?
Yeah.
So what would be something at a billionaire that a billionaire would have that would be a temptation that you would probably take?
If you're on a guy's vacation
Okay.
and they invite you to a party
Okay.
that's gonna be filled with women whose intentions are what they are. They don't gotta be your intention.
And that's perfect.
Yeah.
You can say no, because why? Because those are.
Yeah, you can, but again, it's
But those parties are gonna be an everyday thing.
okay. Yeah, but
You can make that party. You don't have to do it. You don't have to be invited to it. You could be the one invited to it if you really wanted
you
to.
can say no, but eventually you can say yes. See, I'm saying that's where the gray.
And let's
you're
say
saying to always they always say no.
No, but let's say if you're at the core of your values, it shouldn't change from
No, but
now.
if I say yes to that, how am I a bad person?
I'm not saying that you are.
That's the gray matter.
But the gray matters in the actions you take while you're at that party.
Exactly.
If you're at the party and girls.
But what was the solution you gave? Say no to the party.
That was one of the solutions. There's many solutions.
That's the easiest
Say no to the
solution.
situation.
That's the easiest solution. But you know damn well our girls won't be happy that we're at that party at all.
I think. Look.
Am I wrong? Right or wrong? The answer's right.
Yes.
So
That would-
things go on in those parties that just looking at it, our girls are gonna think it's a sin. Not even doing anything.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you can. The easiest solution, the white solution, is to
Right.
say no. The black solution is to go out there and fuck everything that happened.
Right.
There's a lot of things in the middle.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, and the hard thing about gray is that you can say I didn't do anything wrong, and she can say yes you did.
Agreed.
So that's what makes it difficult. Why? Because trust me, and I think this is something that happens. Trust me, you don't have to be a billionaire. If you're a girl, and I know this is not your situation or your situation, but honestly I think this would be my situation if it was. If my girls every day I come home and like you cheated, I'm like I didn't cheat and I really didn't cheat. Eventually I'm gonna cheat, cause I'm not gonna be fucking. I'm not gonna be accused every single day of doing something I didn't do and not do it. All right, so that goes
If
up.
I'm going through the punishment, might as well do the crime.
Exactly.
I got you.
Yeah.
Now, is that a good decision or a bad decision? It's probably a bad one. I think we all agree.
Yes.
Right?
It's also a bad relationship.
Yeah, it's also a
thank
bad
you.
relationship.
Thank you.
Now, I'm not saying that your girl's going to be doing that. But trust me, it gets a lot easier for her to be upset of you going to those parties.
But why would you want to go to those parties in the first place?
Because they're fun.
Yeah.
But you can make those your own parties.
A1 party.
No, well, if you throw that party, I guess you're creating. That's a bigger issue. You can't create those type of parties. But I'm not saying live in those parties and go crazy at those parties. What I'm saying is that those parties create a gray matter that creates. I think you said it gets easier. I think it gets harder, bro.
No, I think the temptation.
I think it gets harder. Why? Because
Temptation is definitely there. It's
not even temptation. Because we're not saying falling to the temptation. Because you're claiming that we're saying fall to the temptation. We're not saying that. We're just saying
the gray where there is no temptation, but there's still
no.
activities.
There's
like,
definitely temptation. But what I'm saying is, who's gonna tell your girl not to be worried about you going to those parties? And again, Does she have anything to be worried about? In your mind, in your core, you say no. That don't mean she gotta believe it. Now, and exactly. Now, when you go to a party and did absolutely nothing wrong, you get home and she's upset. What did you do wrong? Nothing.
So
right?
The way that I see this, and I'm not going to answer your question yet. We are seeing this from a thousandaire point of view, right? Not a millionaire or a billionaire. And it's so hard for us to put ourselves in that billionaire point of view, because let's say at the time you're already a billionaire, right? Your lady knows what is going on, what isn't going on in those type of parties, right?
Absolutely.
So
not everything, but she knows some of it. Yeah.
No, I'm sure she would, because at one point she will be at one of those parties.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, those parties, just like our parties, are different. Like I don't know, you didn't go, but we went to parties where our girls were at the party, but they didn't know everything that was going on at the party.
That you know of?
No, trust me, I know.
Okay.
I've been to a party where the birthday boy was getting head in his room, and he was actively getting head, and his girlfriend knocks on the front door.
Yeah.
It was his birthday party. It was a massive
Oh no,
party.
yeah. I think we're probably talking about the same party.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no, trust, and I'm not even talking about that bad. That was a bad situation. What I'm talking about is that, trust me, our girls were at parties with us that they thought were the safest parties in the world, and we knew that they didn't know what was going on in the backyard or in this room or in that room. Like, of course,
right?
You know what I mean? And that's in a 1,000 there, not even 100 there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
It's a crack house.
exactly. That shit goes. That multiplies by 1,000,000 with what you're talking about. They're going to a party in a mansion that they'll never step parts in. So no, your girls will never.
It's what we need, JJ Watt.
Your girl will never know everything.
Yeah, he could comment on this a little bit better and give us his millionaire perspective.
Yeah. No, yeah, and trust me, and what the power, the access that we're talking, where it can switch your morals to a sense. JJ Watt doesn't have. Is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
But he's been to those type of parties. He's been to those situations, and I'm sure he's been to that while he was married or while he's with his significant other.
Yeah.
So
It'd be like the perfect person.
No, and for example, and look, somebody made a statement that I don't agree with at all. Somebody said that Nia Long, Ime Udoka's wife, Ime Udoka was the Celtics coach who got caught cheating with a Celtics personality. He is not the Rockets coach. They broke up after he got caught cheating. Somebody said that she dropped the bag by breaking up with him, because right now I think he pays her $35,000 a month. The guy makes like $450,000 a month. So they're like, yeah, I guess that's the least he could do. Give her $35,000 a month. Nobody's gonna complain about that. It's not like you're starving, but you definitely fumbled something.
They're saying like she missed out.
She's like, yeah, he cheated, but you should have stayed with him. I don't necessarily agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily agree with that. But everybody's saying that she stayed with him because it happened publicly. Because everybody knows goddamn well this have happened privately already. Yeah. But since you got embarrassed, you had to save face and leave the situation. They're like, somebody.
Well, that just means so. Sorry, keep going.
They said that you should have bite the bullet. I don't agree with it, but that you should have bite the bullet and stayed. I don't necessarily agree with that, but if she has stayed before, which I don't know if it's a fact or not, but if she has stayed before, why not? Why leave now?
And that's where I go with your core. Your values are not strong. They're not solid. If they were solid, then you would have either stayed with your man or left at the first situation that happened and at the last situation that it would happen. You would have stayed with your man if he did it 1,000 times, because your core is, I'm gonna stay with him because I'm married to him and I'm gonna stay committed to my significant other. I guess that would be one spectrum, and on the other spectrum, if your core is, I'm not gonna let a guy or a person or a significant other treat me that way, where he's being dishonest with me, then I'm not gonna do it. So either in one end, your core is, I'll allow it because I know this is the temptations that he's gonna have, and might as well go ahead and just let him do it.
But that's very black and white, though.
But I feel like that yes and no yes. Well, your cores are strong. Your cores are black and white.
No, they're not.
Your core values are always going to be black and white. So
how do you make a decision on a subject that's not black and white if your core is black and white?
Black with. What would be the gray area in the situation?
Great. Again, we're going into a different conversation, but again, you know damn well it's a person.
Okay, so how do you think fucking Stephen Hawking's core values were if he was on that list?
I don't know what happened on the island, right? Now,
so there's temptation, obviously, at the island. Do you think he
is it underage temptation or is it not underage temptation? And I
No,
think I think what's more worrisome is the people that knew about it but didn't say anything about it. That to me is what was
absolutely.
more
No, but
worrisome.
let's go back to the one you just asked me.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, how do you make a decision of black or white in your court? Because you know damn well that people who cheat can stop cheating.
Okay.
Okay. So either they were black and white at one point or something. There's a lot of gray in that shit. That's what I'm trying to say. If you were cheating and stop cheating, and not only that, if you say, let's say, if you're a man or woman that got cheated on and decide to stay in that relationship, doesn't mean that you're gonna stay every single time they cheat. You say, I'm staying this time because I see something and I believe something of some sort of change. But no, that's not a black and white situation or a black and white decision. That's what I'm saying.
How is that? So, any decision you make is black or white.
What do
The
you
circumstances you're in make a situation gray. The decision is black or white. You either make a decision or you don't.
No,
make a
just
decision.
like you said, we're staying in a probationary period. Trust me, I'm staying, but it ain't the same.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm staying, but trust me, we're not good.
Yeah.
I'm staying, and we're not. Yeah, I got your back, but no.
I get it.
Yeah.
But if
And also not only that. Yeah, right now we're talking about it because, like you said, it either you're a person who's gonna put up with it or you're a person who's not gonna put up with it. It's not that simple.
okay,
You don't know when you are right.
I even give you
Yeah.
your example, right? Your example is she left because it was public, right?
That's what they said. Yeah.
Because right. She left because it was public. If it wouldn't have been public, then she wouldn't have stayed, right?
She would have stayed.
Then she would have stayed, right? So that to me means that the core of the decision you make internally of, you know what, you're in a probationary period, but if you do it, I'm going to leave, shouldn't change whether it's a public or private situation. So, does that make sense?
Yeah, I think in her situation, you're right. She was forced to do that.
So,
by,
forced to do that by whom? Not forced to do that by her own embarrassment of a situation.
Yeah.
But if her cores were strong and she said, after the situation, whether it was public or not, I'm going to leave him, and the situation happens and she leaves him, then she would have been gone.
Yeah.
But again, bro, she can make the decision. Like, we're acting like that's a true statement, by the way. We don't know if it is or not.
And this is in a hypothetical situation where that statement is true.
No, but again, even the hypothetical has its own questions to it.
Okay.
Because you're giving an example of what she would have done, which she never did. Like, you're making a hypothetical out of the hypothetical. Like, it's like
Yeah.
it's like what you call it's making two assumptions instead of one. We're really in imaginary land here. So, because we're acting, first of all, like my only issue is with the core statement that you said.
Okay.
Because my point, I feel like the two cores that you're describing of her are two bad decisions. They're not even. I don't see which one the good one is there. Because
no, that's two of many different situations that she could have in her core, right? Her core could be like, I can forgive him 10 times.
Oh shit.
Or I could forgive him
is that the good core or bad core?
It doesn't matter what the core, if it's a good or bad, right? You can have a bad
That's why
core.
there's gray, dude. because
That's why I'm saying it's gray.
somebody's core is here, somebody's core.
Yes.
Is here. Like obviously.
We don't even. You're giving an example you don't even know.
Yeah.
And it's not because you're wrong about anything. It's just like we don't know.
Look, what I said at the beginning is if you're strong in your core values, subjective to the person, if you're strong in your core values, whatever those core values are, they can be fucked up core values. They shouldn't change from right now to then.
I agree
If
with
your
you.
core values is I'm a cheat no matter what, and you go over there and you just happen to be
That's my point, though. That's where I'm going with my point. Because you said yourself, 50% of women cheat. You think, in your opinion?
Yeah,
right?
I think.
How many men?
I think it's even the amount of men.
I
and
think
women
it's
that
higher.
cheat. You think it's higher than men
I
that
think
cheat?
it's higher than men cheat.
I don't.
I think And now let's break it down. How many men in that situation with that amount of power and access you think cheat? 50 as well?
That's.
I mean, Elon Musk was like 7 baby mamas.
No, just pick a number because I'm not trying to get into that debate. Just pick a number so I can get into my example.
But it's not that's not as black as white.
Higher
Because is it cheating if your significant other understands that he's gonna do it, so go ahead and do it?
Let's say no women that don't want their men cheating. Let's just,
Okay, so what is the percentage of men at that status that
let's say 50.
cheat? Sure, let's say
50.
Yeah.
So it's even all the way.
But just to get into
Yeah,
it.
just to get a
Yeah,
number.
I don't think so, but let's just say it is
Okay.
for.
I would probably even say
Yeah.
higher.
Okay, I would say higher. My point is, I don't think all those men started with that. My point is,
Yeah.
because our core, I don't think very few men are gonna say I'm gonna cheat no matter what.
I'm a what?
I'm gonna cheat no matter what.
Yeah.
I think,
Boozy, Boozy
like I
was
said,
saying
our core is. I think our core can be sometimes simple, which is, of course, don't hurt people, don't cheat, don't lie, don't steal. Right. That's. I think that's what your core comes down to.
Yeah, I think core should be simple, right?
It should be simple. The problem is when you try to apply that thing to unsimple situations.
Yeah. Lying is a perfect
Exactly.
example, right?
Where a lot of times you did something wrong, and let's be honest, you're not sure you did. Yeah, if you went and fucked 10 girls, you know you did that wrong. But simple things as like time and space are affecting your relationship, and you're going through something with your girl. You may not know where you stand at that point. And you go and you do something. Let's say it's not even have sex. Let's say you engage in a conversation that's a little deeper than most. Now did you do something wrong? You know what I mean? It's like it's those simple things, and I'm simplifying it as much as possible. I think we multiply that by 10, and going to that amount of money, access, and power, it's a dangerous situation for anybody. Where your core that is so simple puts you in a very complex situation that's not simple at all.
I'll bring it back to my boy Stephen Hawkins. He had a fucking girlfriend that stayed with him while he was normal, and then he got fucking folded or whatever. and then while he was folded, he had a nurse, and then he was like, I'm kind of done with that one. I got this nurse, I got all this money, I've fucking seen all the stars. I'm just gonna leave my wife and take this lady off and live with her. So I think his morals were fucked up from the
No, I don't think so, man.
He left.
I'm sorry. When you're folded, like you said, I think you get passes on a few things. Not the kids thing.
Nah.
Not the kids thing. Yeah, no, not messing with kids.
Yeah.
But maybe leaving one girl for another. Yeah, you get a pass for that.
I guess.
You get to choose more than like. You know how I'm pretty sure that he gets to cut the line in Disneyland. Like he gets to do the same thing when it comes to switching women, bro. I'm sorry.
That's what it is.
All right, man. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. Luis and I will be here a lot more often.
Yes,
David will be here too. Everybody will be. All right. See you next time. Peace.